Good evening and welcome. You're watching Spartan Basketball on Spartan Sports Network. This is the Spartan Warm-Up Show brought to you by Union Savings and Loans, the 1892 Hometown Bank. The 9-3 Spartans take on the 2-10 Batesville Bulldogs here in the historic Spartan Bowl. I'm Nathan Shaw, joined by Ron Wiley for this broadcast tonight. I caught up with Spartan head coach Kerry Brown of the Spartans to talk about the upcoming game. Coach, interconference matchup tonight, how are you guys feeling?
We're healthy. We're coming off a win Thursday night, had a good practice last night, had a good walkthrough today. So, we're here, we're going to do our best.
And what's your key for this game to kind of take it away?
Defensively, they've got a really good player, the Vogley kid, number 40, so we need to do a good job on him. And then offensively, we just need to execute. They play a zone, they play a man-to-man defense, they play a three-quarter court trapping press. So we just have to be ready to play against anything they throw at us on offense.
You guys took a win Thursday against Shelbyville. What was your takeaways as a team from that?
Well, we didn't play overall really well in the first half, played really well, shot the ball really well in the second half. Probably the best thing was that we had to make an in-game adjustment on how we were guarding their ball screen action, and our kids were able to manage that, and it allowed us to extend the lead from being up 2 at halftime to building it to 14 to finally winning by 10. So it's always good when you change something on the spur of the moment in game, and they do a good job with it.
Yeah, I want to talk about how lucky you guys have been this season, facing no quarantine so far as a team. In such an unpredictable season, what's your guys' moods like?
Well, we did lose the week before the season started when we were in our preseason. We've had 3 players individually contact traced out, and then we've had coaches out. But we've been lucky. The whole team has not been shut down, and that's probably what it is. It's a little bit of luck, and then I think it's a good job by the kids, wearing their masks, social distancing, doing all those protocols that we're supposed to be doing to protect ourselves. But in the times that we're in right now, there's a lot of schools that can't say the same thing. So we'll continue doing the right things, and hopefully we'll continue to be lucky and fortunate.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Coach Kerry Brown.
This Spartan Sports Net pregame show brought to you by Union Savings and Loan. Union Savings and Loan offers hometown service with great rates on CDs and deposit accounts and local loan approvals when you are in need of financing. We also have a trust department with 2 locations in town, downtown at 730 Central Avenue and uptown at 500 West 30th Street. Union Savings and Loan is truly Connersville's hometown bank. Union Savings and Loan, people you know, neighbors you trust.
Ron, the Spartans have had an amazing season so far, the 9-3 record.
But it's their defense. They have the second best defense in the state. That's why their record is the way it is. Defense is the key to Kerry Brown's. That's his forte, is having a solid defense. This team may be the best defense we've ever seen.
I agree. The defense is impeccable from this team, and we see the offense has been clicking as well. This is a better offensive team than we had, I believe, last year.
Yeah, our offense right here, again, nobody's in double digits. It's a team effort, and that's what I like to see. And that's why the faithful come out. They like to see this collaborative team effort, and it's a joy to watch. Yeah, we talk about the shooter, Jonah Graham, leading all scorers at 9.6 points per game. Toby Billups, this starting point guard, follows right behind with 9 points a game. It's their twin terrors of guards.
Well, there's 2 twin terrors, You
yeah,
got
that's
the
right.
Williams twins, and then
that's
you got
right.
the not so much the twins.
Right, yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right about that. And, of course, Cole comes in at 7.4 points after that. This team, again, is a complete team. It's a complete team effort led by Toby Billups. He's got 6.5 assists per game, and, he does a lot of dishes inside to get our bigs involved, and that is when he goes, the team goes.
Yeah, we watch his passing game. It's quite incredible to watch him. It's like watching a magician at work.
Absolutely. Starters for both teams. For the Batesville Bulldogs, they are led by Sam Vogel. He's a 6'2 senior at one of the forward positions. Number 40, Thomas Raber, is the other forward. He's 6'3 junior, number 22. Leighton Radcliffe, he rounds out their front court, 6' senior, number 21. At their guard positions, Corey Moore, is a 6'2 junior, number 10. Calvin Sherwood's a 5'8 senior, number 12 for the Connersville Spartans. They are led by the twin terror. I think that's a good name for him. is a twin terror of guards. Jonah Graham's a 5'7", senior number 5. Toby Billups, a 5'10", junior number 12. In the front court for the Connersville Spartans, Caleb Sparks is a 6'2", senior number 30. Cole Martin's a 6'4", senior number 40. Get the jump tonight. Gage Brown, 6'6", junior number 44.
You know, his brother graduated last year, Jake Brown, and it's kind of like you watch the starting role slowly get passed on as Gage is going to be a senior next year, and this is his first start of the season, I believe.
Well, actually, he had a start against Shelbyville, which surprised me because, and Coach Kerry Brown said that they had some good practice since that Noblesville loss. And, again, this is a deep team. This is a deep team. This is not where we have our automatic starters. This is so deep that anybody on the bench can start. This is how deep this team is. And right now, Gage is playing very, very well, and he's getting the jump. Right now, he has the height on Cole, so that's what's good. So, right now, again, this is a good team, and this is a different lineup than we've seen in a while. They kind of started off slow against Nobles, but we'll find out if they get off to a better start tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. The roster is very interchangeable. You could start anybody starting from the Williams twins to Barron to Myers. Myers is such a great addition for the team as well.
Yeah, I talked to him before the ball game, and him and James Williams, and talking about those two know how to jump. I mean, they got springs in their legs, and of course Braxton was saying I jump a little bit higher. Now, whether that's true or not, but again, those two are very, very. I mean, these sophomores are very, very good, and we got a lot of sophomores. Lucas Barron gets some time when he gets in there to shine. He really knows how to shine. Again, this is a young team, but a very talented and good team.
This is such a young team, like you said.
Only
Ron,
2 seniors.
Yeah, 2 seniors leading the charge, and which is quite incredible because you can tell this is an all-out effort from all sides of the team. They're all play a leading role in the team.
They know their role, and I know that there are some kids that want more playing time. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, who would not want to play here in this hallowed facility known as the Spartan Bowl all the time? But again, it's so deep, and the coaches have a good problem to have of, okay, when do we get somebody in there? Because all the bench, again, the very deep bench, they know their role, and they know their roles very well, and as you said, interchangeable. Anybody can start, anybody can play well. I love this team.
Yeah, I feel like the theme of the season so far has been the pandemic. So far, this team has had the better end of the line.
Yeah, and they have. I mean, Coach did talk about it. We talked about it before the game. I forgot, and I'm sure you did when Kerry mentioned it about, we had some kids who were out for contract tracing. That's why the season kind of started late for them.
Yeah.
We kind of forgot that. Since then, we haven't had any interruptions. Now, Shelbyville had 2. Other teams have, had more than us. So, once we got to the point, here comes the Spartan Warrior. I love this guy. Once we got to the point to where, we got past that contact tracing, we've been playing pretty consistently, other than other teams having some issues. We haven't had the issues.
Yeah, and I want to get a little bit of insight on that Coach Brown outage last weekend from you. I wasn't able to hear from him, so go ahead and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, Kerry, you mentioned during the Noblesville game, or the Shelbyville game, he was out there in the Noblesville game because he didn't feel good, kind of had a stomach bug. And they have a rule with everybody, players and coaching, that if you're not feeling good, don't show up to practice because it's not worth it. And Kerry was just practicing what he preached. It wasn't where he was so sick he couldn't be here. Normally, probably in a normal season, he would probably toughed it out. But boy, I love that guy. That Spartan Warriors, he's a madman. I love it. So Kerry, was just again practicing what he preached. Of course, it's got to be tough for him to watch the ball game and not actually be here. So, especially that tough loss against Noblesville. We've had 3 losses. Our first loss against Delta was, it contributed to we're trying to find a lineup, we're trying to find, a gel. But the 2 losses that we've had since then, Richmond and Noblesville, we clearly were the better team for the better part of the game. It's just that, and on paper as well, it's just that the 2 teams that Richmond and Noblesville beat us, they smacked us in the mouth and we couldn't recover.
Yeah, and that Noblesville game was a tough bite, was a tough blow there because, you saw Billups hit that layup and you thought, oh, this might be game over. They inbound the ball and they make a layup on our side and win the game.
Yeah, it was a game that last game that Fran did, get well better. We missed that guy. When Billups did make that driving point or layup, was there too much time on the clock? Yeah, the Connersville Spartans has a good defense, and I would put that defense up against anybody that could stop a team to score in 14 seconds. But Noblesville, when they came out that second quarter, or that second half, they completely, again, got us off our rhythm. They smacked us right in the mouth and didn't let us go. Didn't let it go. And they came down and they had the more hunger, the more drive. And, that's been, the problem in our three losses is that we've lost something during the game. We couldn't find that extra gear. We got to be able to continually, as we get close to sectionals, we got to continue to play consistent four-quarter basketball.
Interconference matchup, Ron. How are you feeling as a fan?
Well, Batesville normally is a good team. Normally their record's 10-2. For them to have a 2-10 record, that's not Batesville basketball. So this is a team that, on paper, we're clearly the favorites. No question about it. However, this is a team that you don't want to overlook because it is Batesville. This is a team coming off their last game. That was a victory. So against, I believe it was Franklin County. And so, this is a team that really wants to get going, and get going right now would be good for them here at the Spartan Bowl to have a victory against the league-leading Spartans.
Yeah, the Spartans lead the conference. Lawrenceburg follows behind with a 7-6 record, and it looks like the Spartans completely just have the upper edge. And you'd think Greensburg would be a little bit closer, would be second with them having a 9-2 record, but that's besides the point. But really, besides Greensburg, there's not too many threats on this lineup.
Well, you definitely would not, as Kerry mentioned before, you don't want to look past Lawrenceburg. You don't want to look past East Central. Even though they lost against South Dearborn. Any team in the upper echelon of the EIAC, we beat Greensburg, but that doesn't mean that we're sitting pretty. We still got to play the ball games.
Yeah, and Greensburg was the team that we faced up against in sectionals last year.
Yeah, that was not fun.
Unfortunately, took a loss to, and there's so many things that you have to improve off that loss. But it's a new roster, new year, and they're looking hungry this year. And such an amazing roster all around, like we've been talking about.
This Spartan Sportsnet game is, I dropped my phone here. Is brought to you by, I grab my phone and I drop it again. Is brought to you, well, that was fun. I hope they didn't have us on camera for that. It's brought to you by Reed Health, Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance, Edward Jones, Foles Flooring, George's Pharmacy, Urban Liquor Funeral Home, Don's Auto Sales and Tires, Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, Metronet, I-Center of Connorsville, FC and Bank, American Heritage Realty, and Golf's Auto Care.
Ron, less than 30 seconds to go to tip off. Spartanettes are taking the court. Spartan Warriors on the court. Everybody's looking excited. We're getting ready for the best pregame show in the nation.
I believe that. I don't think there's any pregame show that's better than what we have here in Spartan Bowl. It's a lot of fun, and if it doesn't get you pumped up and ready to go, I don't think anything will.
Yeah, Ron, it's amazing, beautiful to watch, and we look forward to it every game.
Absolutely.
As the lights get ready to go down, here's the pregame show.
To Spartan Bowl for tonight's varsity game, featuring the Batesville Bulldogs and their own Connorsville Spartans. Now let's meet the rosters for both teams here this evening. First of all, for Batesville, wearing number 10, Cody Moore. Number 12, Calvin Sherwood. Number 20, Eli Pearson. Number 25, Ben Shabler. Number 30, Austin Corrin. Number 35, Alec Munselmeyer. And number 42, Cole Fry. Starting lineup for the Bulldogs. At forward, number 21, Lincoln Ratcliffe. And forward, number 22, Thomas Draper. Center, number 40, Sam Bentley. At guard, number 14, R.J. Powell. And at guard, number 11, Cole Warner. Batesville coached by Mr. Aaron Garrett.
Let's go!
Batesville Spartan. Wearing number 10, Carter Oswald. Number 22, Ruben Solomon Barker. Number 24, Josh Williams. Number 32, Braxton Myers. Number 34, Lucas Perez. Number 42, James Williams. Starting lineup for the Spartans. At forward, a 6'2" junior, number 30, Caleb Spartan. At forward, a 6'4" senior, number 40, Bulldog. At center, a 6'6" junior, number 44, Dave Brown. At guard, a 5'7" senior, number 5, Jonah Orena. At guard, a 5'10" junior, number 12, Joey Phillips. Spartans coached by Mr. Terry Brown. This time we ask that everyone please rise, move your hats. We honor America. Tonight, our national anthem played by the CHS Spartan Band.
Reed Health Sports Medicine provides an athletic trainer to the Connersville Spartans through the Sport of Reed Foundation. Athletic trainers normally are present at most practices and sporting events. They can respond to an injury within seconds, determine the immediate needs of the athlete, and either begin treatment or initiate emergency management within the first few minutes. If your athlete suffers a setback, a sports injury, Reed Health Athletic Training Clinic can provide injury treatment sessions using multiple modalities, rehab protocols, and treatment techniques to ensure your athlete doesn't miss a day without progressing forward. Learn more at reedhealth.com.
Ron, we get ready for tip-off. It looks like Brown will be taken, which is a little interesting.
Yeah, he got the jump last time against Noblesville, got the height clearly as they're checking Vogel's injury to make sure that I guess he's got a tuck in his shirt, but Vogel has his hamstring wrapped. Not sure if that's going to impede his jumping or not, but Gage definitely has the height. Oh, that
Brown
was
wins it.
Steven, yeah.
Phillips takes it up court.
You know, that start against Shelbyville from the Spartans, not good at all. 15 first half points, not something good inside.
Brown nearly gets his own rebound, snagged up by Werner.
Yeah, the Spartans are able to get inside. They just couldn't score right there. And you know, that's one thing that you want to do when you want to get inside. You want to put it through the bucket.
Out to Werner at the top of the key. Werner hands it in to Raver.
Nice
Raver for a
move.
fade. That's no good. Phillips gets the rebound.
Yeah, that was a nice move there on Brown. Just didn't go in as the Spartans' second time with the ball. You know, the Spartans had some bad trouble against Shelbyville as far as missing passes as Toby drives.
Sparks for 3. No good.
Yeah, Spartans, just not really set offensively just yet, as Vogel's not showing any injury with that hamstring, and he misses that easy shot. Spartans just got to slow down right now and set their offense.
Heads out to Graham. Graham for 3. That's good. Count it with a little bit of contest on there.
Yeah, Jonah Graham gets hot. He's almost impossible to put out. He's one of those players that's going to shoot his way into a ball game. I don't remember the last time. I know during Noblesville he had all 3-pointers. He had for his 12 points. Had 4 threes. Didn't have any inside shots at all. Batesville, looking to penetrate that defense, have been able to get inside, within a 5-10 foot shot. Just haven't been able to put anything down.
Powell's looking where to go with it. He hands it off to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe back to Werner. Out to Powell. Vogel for 3. No good. Rattles around and decides not to go in. Phillips takes up the court.
Yeah, nice dish inside to Cole. Cole muscles his way. That's beautiful. I like that, getting Cole inside like that. Toby with the eyes of an eagle catching where Cole was at.
Raver has it, gives it to Powell. Powell to Werner. At the top of the key, they're looking for a shot.
Yeah, they're just looking to set something up. I mean, this defense is very, very good. And keeping them, their big men outside, they're going to say that's a push off.
You see his arms set there, just shoves Phillips to the ground. The whole team's excited about that foul being called.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these boys they know how to take the charge. They know how to take those fouls, and that's a coach's nightmare.
Brown now has the top of the key. Back to Martin.
Our 2 bigs pulled outside. Don't like to see that happen, but
Phillips drives in.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's good.
Beautiful.
2 men on him. Decides to lay it in. 4:43 to go. 7-0 Spartans lead.
Whistle Lawson Myers Insurance Agency is dedicated to protecting you and your family at the price you can afford. Whistle Lawson Myers are licensed insurance professionals striving to be your agency of choice. Whistle Lawson Myers is an independent agency representing numerous companies for all your needs. Finding the right insurance begins with finding the right agency. That is Whistle Lawson Myers Insurance Agency at 521 Central Avenue in Connersville. Phone 825-5111.
The Bulldogs ball out of the timeout. Bulldogs down 7-0. A lot of adjustments to make here.
They just got to be able to way to get inside of it. This defense is as you mentioned, it's just a good defense. And that last drive from Toby was beautiful. He had some Bulldogs on him, but used his speed and his left hand to go to his weak side there and was able to get that ball inside. That was just beautiful.
Radcliffe has it in the corner, back to Vogel.
When you have a small guy like Toby able to drive, that keeps defenses very, very honest. And Toby just stole it, but I think they're going to another call on a held ball. I think Toby thought that they were going to call a foul on him at first.
Yeah, he looked a little frustrated coming out of that.
Yeah, he was. Well, he believed too that he got it out before it was a held ball, but the guy in stripes had the final say on that.
Brown takes on Raver. Raver looking for a shot. Hands out to Vogel. Vogel back to Werner. Out to Powell on the left wing.
We've seen this many times, even though it's an early ball game. You get disruption. The Connersville Spartans, when their defense is on, they just disrupt an offense.
That's good.
Shot.
What a beautiful fadeaway there from Powell. That's his first 2 points in the game.
Yeah, that kisses that off the glass on that.
Phillips looks to take it inside, hands it out to Sparks. Sparks for Graham, wide open for 3. No good. Vogel for 3.
Don't want to leave him open. He missed that, but you don't want to leave that guy open. He's their best player.
You don't want to let anyone alone open, especially Vogel from the 3-point or from the 3-point corner.
I'd rather him take a 3-pointer. Cole's hitting one. You got to make sure, since he's one of the bigs, he's out, you got to make sure you got a couple of guys underneath, and you only had Gage, when he takes a three.
That's good from Ravier.
Yeah.
Has a hand in his face and everything, decides, hey, I'm just going to, I'm going to splash this.
And he did. Now, again, this is how quickly the game can change as Batesville is now only down 2 after being down 7. Spartans got to be smart. They got to be able to, play their style of offense, which averages 50 points a game. And we'll call it push off.
Brown's either a push up or he stepped out of bounds.
Oh, I guess you're right. He did step out of bounds. I thought they were calling a foul on that. Yeah, you got to be aware at all times where you're at. Gage got too close to the line there and turns it over.
Hell now, the 3-point line. Hits it back to Werner. Werner for 3. That's good. That puts Batesville up by 1.
Batesville leading now by 1. Again, now they're on an 8-0 run. The Spartans, Spartans have had too many of these lull moments, this season, allowing teams to stay in it by, making mental mistakes and teams capitalizing on it.
Graham nearly gets double teamed. Graham has it again out to Myers. Myers.
It's not a good pass. I mean, it's not good. I mean, he was surrounded by 2 players. I just don't think that was a smart move at all.
He fades. That's no good.
Spartans battling for the rebound.
Phillips up the court to Myers. Myers wide open. Lays it in.
Spartans reclaim the lead by 1.
Yeah, they end the 8-0 run. Make it an 8-2 run now.
Another. They're going to call that on Toby Overgarden.
Looks like Powell's going to inbound it.
Foul number 12, Toby Phillips.
Looks like James Myers is going to be checking in.
Williams comes in for Martin.
42, James Williams.
Batesville is not definitely playing like a 2-10 team.
Yeah, they have a lot of fights so far. Out to Werner from 3. Werner shoots it. That's no good. Phillips back up the court again. Hands out to Graham. Graham swings it to Phillips.
Toby I thought would be, I just love his driving like that, but, I figured Toby would shoot a lot more threes, but, he runs the offense by driving. And he's got great court vision to be able to see where his players are. Again, that's where this team is a good team. They know where they're going to be at the majority of the time.
Sollenbarger comes in for Sparks.
And again, Luke can start and he's an incredible player. Just a junior. We saw his 2 brothers play. And his cousin Garrett Silcott.
Williams has it top of the key. Out to Phillips deep. What you gotta love from Phillips is his driving inside and his passing to the outside. We talked about that a little bit, and I wanted to bring that point up. Because he always does a little hesitation to crossover, then swings it out to the shooter. I just love that playmaking.
Yeah, again, he runs this offense. He runs this offense, and Jonah Graham provides the fuel a lot of the times. But Toby with his, again, court vision. 13 seconds ago, he's going.
10 seconds
dishing
now.
off.
Out to 3 for Sollenbarger. Sollenbarger shoots it. That's no good. Williams grabs the rebound. Never mind. Werner gets it. Powell shoots. No good. Air ball.
At the end of 1,
The end of 1. 9-8. Spartans lead.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Connersville Spartan Sports. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Gina Hartman, Devin Hornsby, And Garrett Reeves, for your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Tough fight so far from the Bulldogs, Ron.
Yeah, they're not going to go anywhere. I mean, they're a team with a proud history, and they just have stuck around. I mean, the Spartans were up 7-0. Looked like it was going to be, they're starting off very hot, but they went on an 8-0 run, took the lead by 1. We took it back, and now we have the lead by 1. You don't want to give a team that, especially on paper, you're better than any belief whatsoever. And Batesville has belief right now. They're only down 1. They've played very, very good. They've, played pretty clean. Connersville, just without question, needs to find some rhythm. They found that the second half against Shelbyville. They need to find it right now here against Batesville.
Yeah, they're having their first half struggles. We see that a lot from this team, and in the second half, they usually kick it up.
Yeah, well, they need to, as we get closer to sectional, we need to start kicking it up from the first tip.
Bodwell comes in.
Carter Bodwell in the ball game. You got the Williams twins in there.
We got the Terror twins and then the Williams twins.
Yeah, now the Williams twins are in. I like that. Good news, early sophomores. That's a foul. Looks like it's going to be
Batesville ball
against Pearson.
Foul number 29, Pearson. His first, team second. In the lineup for
Spartans need this offensive series to get some rhythm going. Oh, Toby threw that way. I mean,
he has an arm, doesn't he?
Yeah, wasn't necessary to throw it that far.
Bodwell, the right wing. He's off
Nice
the Brown.
move.
Brown takes it inside. That's no good.
Yeah, I mean, that was too good of a move to miss that shot from Gabe. And that's a good move right there.
Yeah, Pearson, way to get inside, take contact, and lay it in.
Now they're up 1.
Bodwell out to Williams. Well, Josh Williams.
Yeah, I was going to say which one. Thank God they're not twins, even though sometimes I get them
Bodwell
confused.
hands it back out.
I tell you what,
Swings it.
Josh has a beautiful touch when he shoots. You see him get involved.
Phillips drives inside, bounce passes Bodwell. That's out of bounds. Batesville ball.
Toby's had too many of those this year, getting clogged up there.
Sparks and Graham will come in for Phillips and Bodwell.
And number 30, Caleb Sparks.
One with a bigger lineup.
Well, bigger might be a stretch. They do have Graham in after all.
That's true. That's true. But he plays like he doesn't realize he's 5'7".
Warner out to Ravier. Ravier out to Sherwood. Sherwood bounces inside. Sherwood takes it in. Hands out to Werner. Werner from 3. That's no good.
I mean, that's
Williams
nice
hustles
hustle
for
there
it.
from
Williams
Warner.
gets the rebound.
And we got some three-point threats there with Sparks and Jonah, who, that guy runs all over the court. That's a foul. That's going to go against Warner. Oh, no, they're calling it. They're calling that against Sherwood.
Martin and Powell come in for the Spartans and Bulldogs, taking out Korn and Williams. Well, James Williams. That's going to be hard all game, Ron, to set these twins apart when they're both in the game at the same time.
Yeah, again, thank God they're not identical. They come from a family of basketball players. Of course, their uncle Matt, a legend here. Matt Howard, a legend here in Connersville and at Butler. But they're great kids, both of them, as Josh has the ball now. And it's good to see that we got 2 more years with them after this.
Graham swings it to Williams. Williams deep outside.
The defense from Batesville. Oh, it's today's Matt Howard's birthday. I think he's 32. Yeah,
Stole
again,
by Powell.
just not a good pass. I mean, Connorsville just not playing well at all. Nice.
Swatted away by Brown.
That was beautiful. And that right there can give Gage a lot of confidence. I mean, that was an authoritative rejection right there.
That could be a momentum swinger in such a tight game with only 5:12 to go in this first half.
You know, they still have the ball Batesville. You got to be able to reward that with a stop and then go down and score for the Spartans. Otherwise, it's null and void. It's just a play.
Warner has it now, swings at the Powell. Powell looking for someone open. Passes it back to Warner.
Nice battle inside between Vogel and Martin. I tell you what, the presence of Gage inside has really disrupted him here on this offensive series.
Brown takes on Raver.
That's off his foot.
Two great defensive plays back-to-back from Brown.
Yeah, now we have to reward the defense right here with the score, and let's get some momentum back. That's what the Spartans need right there. The Spartans need some momentum. I mean, the last offensive series, Batesville just prevented us to do nothing except make a bad pass. Again, another pass like that, don't like it.
Phillips lobs it in. Martin is fouled.
Yeah,
He'll go to the charity stripe.
Yeah, he drew the foul right there. Cole did. 14. That's Powell. That's his second.
His second, fourth.
Well, 2 shots at the charity stripe as he looks to shoot his first one. F drops.
Connorsville's been very good on their free throws this year. Last year was atrocious. This year, much better, especially from our bigs. I don't remember against Shelbyville. I don't think we may have. If we did, we missed maybe one.
Martin's second falls.
I've always said, no matter what your shooting percentage is on free throws, as long as you're 100% when you're at the line, that's all that matters.
Raver drives inside. Gives it to Werner. Werner passes inside.
That was a beautiful play.
Rattles around, no good, and he's fouled.
It's going to be on Caleb. Yeah, giving him some free opportunities.
So that'll be Pearson at the line. Pearson shoots his first. No good. Rattles around, decides not to drop.
Right now, a free throw is the difference of this ball game. They're missing that one.
Second one
and
doesn't
missing
fall.
that one. That's, again, that's the difference so far. Nice hustle there from, wow.
He's getting tough breaks here. Vogel, way to hustle, though, on the offensive glass.
He got the rebound, but couldn't do anything with it. It didn't go in for him. I mean, he had it right there, but, good defense there from Gage.
Nearly stolen from Martin. Martin gives it to Brown. And then you got 2 bigs outside.
Swings
out to Phillips.
Yeah.
Phillips, no good. Brown hustles offensively on the glass. He's fouled. He'll go to the charity stripe for 2.
I tell you what, Gage is playing so tough inside. He's playing more intense inside than I've seen him ever play. Got to give some cushion right here. Sink these 2 free throws.
First one doesn't drop off the front of the rim. That's a tough break.
I think I jinxed him when I said our bigs were shooting very good. Gage does have a very good form. Nice touch.
Shoots a second, that drops. Warner up the court.
2-point lead for the Spartans.
Vogel inside, fades, no good.
That I tell you what, this is rare to see Vogel miss that many, almost bunny shots. Missed the one off the glass last time. That 5-footer right there. We have to take advantage of it because that guy can get hot at any time.
Graham tries to slow the play down. Martin tries inside, swings out the Sparks. Sparks for 3.
That seemed like that went halfway down. I tell you, Sparks has a nice touch.
Ravier has it, swings out to Vogel. Vogel back to Ravier. Guarded by Brown. Radcliffe swings it out to Pearson. Vogel now bounces inside to Ravier.
Good defense there from
Ravier
the bigs.
fades again.
And force a bad shot.
The Bulldogs almost inbounded it there to the Spartans. Martin wide open on three. He shoots it from deep.
Yeah, nobody's underneath. I mean, you got to make sure, since you're one of the bigs, to make sure that you have, a couple of guys under there. I mean, Gage can't do it all by himself. I mean, if you make it, great. Let's be smart about it.
Maybe no good from three. Bulldogs rebound. Out to Vogel from three. That's good.
Again, you missed a few. Terry goes to timeout. Timeout on sub.
In the lineup for Batesville.
But yeah, it's Vogel there missed an inside shot, missed a 5-footer, 2 shots prior to that 3, and then sunk that one.
Brown will come in for Martin.
This is just like the just like the Shelbyville game Thursday. It's this team is playing way better than their 2-10 record.
Inside to Myers. Myers wide open. He lays it in. Werner takes it up the court now. That's 4 points for Myers.
Spartans regain the lead, but they know that they're just you can't leave that guy open like that. That's a terrible
shoots.
shot.
A little too confident after his last made 3.
Yeah, that one didn't even hit the rim.
Phillips now has it, looking for someone to pass it off to.
Yeah, Spartans need some cushion right here.
Hands out to Graham. Graham now has it. Graham swings out to Sparks. Sparks outside to Brown.
Nobody underneath the basket.
Back to Phillips, the point guard for the Spartans.
They may hold it. I mean, they may hold it for the last second shot. Nice.
Goes behind the back. Hands out to Graham. Graham contested. No good. Myers hustles.
Yeah, it's like Myers went to where he knew the ball may or thought the ball may go, got the rebound, gave us a second opportunity. And it looks like we might be content to just take the last second shot.
Phillips now has it. 35 to go. He drives inside. Goes back out. Takes his man one-on-one. Bounce pass to Myers. Myers shoots. That's good.
He's going to make that 10-footer right there almost every night.
Sherwood from 3. No good. Phillips grabs the rebound. There's 16 seconds to go now. They have another chance at that last second shot.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they came down and took a 10-footer like that with, only down 3.
He takes on Werner.
So early.
Out to Graham, wide open from 3. Splash! 1 second to go now. They shoot a half point. That's no good. 19-13. Spartans going a 7-0 run to lead into the second half. Ron.
You'll find every answer to your every flooring need at Fullest Flooring at 301 Beach Street in Connersville. Yes, Fullest Flooring has a large selection of carpet and tile, also vinyl and laminates, luxury vinyl tiles and hardwoods. You will receive a free estimate of your choice of flooring plus expert installation. And further staff will help you through the entire process. Fullest Flooring also provides bathroom upgrades, remodeling, and custom shower systems. At 301 Beach Street, Connersville, 765-692-0800 is the phone number.
The Spartans go on a 7-0 run in the second quarter at the very end. And it's just in the last few seconds they go on that run. And so how are you feeling?
Well, we had to be able to get on track, and we did that last minute and a half of this quarter of this half, and we just seemed like we were playing timid, not really finding any rhythm. Again, almost exactly like we played against Shelbyville, and we need consistency out of our offense. We can't be a second half team or our last minute and a half of a quarter. We need to be consistent, and I've not seen us, play like this all season long as far as this slow and sluggish of a start to a ball game. Well, Richmond game was probably the last one where we kind of played sluggish and had to play catch-up. Here, we went on that 7-0 run. They went on an 8-0 run, and then we were matching back and forth. Now we got the momentum with that little run there towards the end. I got scoring. For the Batesville Bulldogs, they are led by 3 players with 3 points. It's Cole Warner, Thomas Raver, and Sam Vogel each with 3 points. R.J. Powell and Eli Pearson each chipped in 2 points for their 13 points. For the Connors of Spartans, they are led by 2 players with 6 points. Jonah Graham and Braxton Myers each have 6. Toby Phillips has 2, Cole Martin 4, and Gage Brown 1 for their 19 points.
Ron, there's a lot of mid-ranges being taken this game, which is very rare to see, especially from how hot both teams are from out on the three-point line.
Yeah, again, we have 2 threes, and they have 3 threes. So, again, 9 of their 13 points is from behind the line, which, tells me that we've been able to clog the middle. But, again, there was a few shots that were inside by Vogel that didn't go down. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, we have to be able to be a lot more, our inside game. When we were able to get inside some, and we were able to get inside to some, but we just got to be able to put a hand in the face when they're shooting a 3. 9 of their 13 points is from 3. We got to be able to put a hand in the face.
I want to talk about the Lady Spartans. Fell to Rushville earlier today, 66-43. Bottom, they led the Spartans with 13 points. And speaking of them, they're right in the stands over right in front of us.
Oh, yeah, they're there. They came back from the Rushville game to enjoy this boys contest. And, we have seen the girls. We saw their last game here at the Bowl, and they have really improved from last year. And it's as Coach Harder says, they're buying into the system more and more and more. And the fact that they're together here to watch this game shows unity as a team and also the love of basketball all around for the Spartans.
Ron, it's a game of runs so far. Spartans lead 19-13 at the half. We'll see you right after this halftime. back after this short break. Here's a word from our sponsor, from Ron Wiley.
George's Pharmacy and Medical Equipment welcomes you to stop by our Connersville location at 330 East 5th Street. George is proud to offer you friendly hometown service and the convenience of free delivery. Also, our medical equipment staff is there to help with whatever you need. George's Flora and Gifts has that special something for any occasion, birthdays, weddings, bereavements, or to brighten someone's day. George's, we are here for you, 765-825-6251. Also, the Spartan Sports Net game is brought to you by Urban Winkler Funeral Home in Connersville, Liberty. It's a family-owned funeral home. Urban Winkler Funeral Home considers it an honor to be selected to care for a family member at the time of the passing. The friendly staff at Urban Winkler Funeral Home pledges to care for all of your family needs to the best of their ability. 2 locations to serve you in Connersville at 513 West 8th Street and in Liberty at 310 North Main Street.
Ron, like we said, it's a game of runs going into the half, and now the Spartans look to take on even a bigger run, and so do the Bulldogs, as the Bulldogs are down 6 now. From both sides, what do you think both sides have to improve?
Well, the Spartans just got to find some offensive rhythm. They sort of found that offensive rhythm there about the last minute and a half of that quarter to extend the lead. Again, kept talking to all first half that they needed to find some cushion. They found it with a 6-point lead. Batesville just has to take what's given to them and turn them into points. Any Connersville turnover, they have to turn into points. When they're inside, they got to make sure they make those shots. A couple of times, Vogel missed some easy inside shots. Again, he was contested. I shouldn't say it's very, very easy like he was by himself. But again, they got to turn those opportunities into points.
Ron, beautiful game, 19-13, like I said. So far, pretty clean game.
It is. I mean, I have, for us, I think we just had 2 fouls. They had 4. But, you know, hopefully the guys in stripes keeps the whistle in the pocket and call the same calls that, you know, you don't want to change the dynamics of a game because they decide to get whistle happy.
A minute to go now, heading into the half. Spartans look to take even bigger lead as the Bulldogs look to come back now.
Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street, gives you the very best deals and tires. Don says all major brands available in stock and in all price ranges. You can rely on Don's Auto Sales and Tires, in business for over 40 years. And Don's Auto Sales has a large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles and prices ranging from $1,000 to $30,000. Need new tires or a quality vehicle? Available from Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street, Connersville. The phone number is 825-7730.
Ron, we love our sponsors, don't we?
We do. Absolutely. They make it all possible. Absolutely. To bring these away games. I mean, this year getting crazy with COVID, as Fran says, you know, it's crazy COVID. But, you know, it's one bright spot. We've been able to do these games live here at the Bowl and also away. And, you know, it's just fun following the teams, you know, the girls' teams as well. You know, seeing their improvement all season long. So, you know, we're bringing you Spartan Hysteria here on TV3 on our YouTube channel at Local TV3. So I think Braxton Meyer's grandmother, I think his grandmother is watching us from Florida. I believe that's what I have heard. So thank you, Braxton's grandma, for tuning in on YouTube. Love that.
Pass is tipped by Sparks. Ravier looks to inbound. Ravier hands it off to Warner. Warner taken on by Graham.
Nice
Stolen by
steal
Sparks.
from Caleb.
Sparks steps back, hands off to Brown. Brown inside, lays it in. That's no
that
good.
Was beautiful. You know, we're seeing as the season progresses, we're seeing a maturity from. You know, he's going to be a future Wimbledon champion. You know that. I mean, he's a great tennis player, Gage Brown. I think I might offer my services to teaching, but nonetheless, we've seen maturity from him this season playing basketball as the game progresses. I mean, he's getting very, very confident inside, playing with great authority, and he sank that first one.
Sinks the second as well. That's 30 points from Brown. Powell takes it. Powell has it.
That's what the Spartans needed, Nathan, is to, you know, score right away and extend that lead.
Not even just score, to be able to convert from the charity stripe is what you need as well.
Yeah.
Vogel grabs the rebound offensively. Bounce passes it to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe inside. Gets out to Ravier. Ravier out to Powell. Vogel sets a screen, doesn't hit it. Inside, Spartans tip it off the glass. Phillips now has it off of Brown's rebound.
Yeah, that scared me with Caleb. I thought he, may have scored for them, tipping it like that.
Martin swings it out to Graham. Graham swings it back to Phillips. Phillips looking to lead the charge as the point guard. Graham out to Martin from the corner. Phillips takes it inside, looking for a pass. Graham
has got those 2 threes, and he hasn't really been able to drive. He did some driving a lot more this year than we saw last year. Again, collapsing that defense and finding the bigs inside. Toby's more taking over that role. These last, that was just
reverse layup. That's nice.
That's sick.
I think that's Bill's fourth point.
Yeah, that was just pure athleticism there from Toby. Baby Bill.
Maybe you're looking where to go with it. Baby Bill, indeed, both his brothers played for the high school Spartans.
Yeah, he may be the best Phillips. I mean, TJ and Tyler, they're incredible. But this kid's vision, he lost it. He knew it. And Jonah, thanks
Sparks for corner. Splash!
Beautiful. I like it when Caleb gets going.
Spartans take another 7-0 run. 26-13, Spartans lead.
Please see Connorsville's Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, 303 West 30th Street. Dine inside or carry out at home or where you work. Delivery from Mancino's is always free. The number to call is 825-6155. Choose from a large menu, and there is a special youngsters menu. Choose the house specialty, the Great Spartan Classic. Enjoy the sports atmosphere by viewing all the Spartan sports memorabilia. Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, 303 West 30th Street. Phone number 825-6155. A proud Spartan booster.
Mancino's fuels the Spartans up for their away games typically.
They do. Love. Now you're going to make me hungry. Man, I'm trying to lose weight. Can't eat, but still, good stuff. I like your Luth. Yeah, that's just a sick reverse layup there from Toby. That was absolutely beautiful. I like your 3-point splash. I like it.
Yeah,
you're a swimmer. That's perfect.
We talked about our slogan that we'd use after a 3-pointer, and we said, bang, splash, or that goes. And I think splash has got a nice ring to it.
I think it does too. With your swimming background, and that's beautiful. Beautiful. Better than bada bing.
Yeah,
that was that. Yeah, I kind of, but splash is much better. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Powell has it, drives inside, hands out to Ravier. Ravier back to Powell. Powell lays it in. That's good.
They think they did a 14-point run, I think.
That ends the 14-0 run. 14-2 run now. Graham at the left wing. Brown sizes up. No good. That's air ball.
Yeah, Braxton just not got the position the way he wanted on that. And that's going out of bounds on. Yeah, I was going to say it is on Braxton, even though he tried to save us off the other guy.
I do want to correct myself there. I called him Brown. Assuming Brown was still in the game. Yeah,
I thought you called him Braxton.
No, I usually go by last name, so once you said Braxton,
I make it
like,
personal.
Man.
Yeah, I hear you. I would have never guessed it. I didn't know that. Yeah, get nice defense. I mean, inside there between Cole and Vogel, nice defense.
Bounce past him. Phillips. Out to Graham, back to Martin. Bulldogs do a great job of slowing down the fast break.
Caleb.
With a floater, that's good. What a beautiful floater there from Sparks.
He got hot that second half against Shelbyville and kind of really fueled the revival of the Spartan offense there in that second half. And, Caleb, just one of those players that, he's just fun to watch. And that's going to be a foul against him, I think.
I talked to Sparks earlier this week.
No.
I talked to Sparks earlier this week, and he mentioned how Coach Brown in the game last Saturday was over an AirPod in the locker room coaching the players.
Oh, was he? Wow.
So his absence wasn't filled.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Carey, of course. He in my opinion will be a Hall of Famer. Just a fabulous guy here. 12th season with the Spartans. I mean, love his style of basketball.
Graham from 3. No good, off the back of the rim.
Nice. James getting that off that tip there from Raver.
Graham inside bounce pass.
Oh, he slid his foot.
Walks out of bounds with it.
Yeah, you know what I like when Jonah gets fired up and starts driving inside like that. He has some speed. He definitely has the speed, and just a little bit too fast on that and took too many steps.
Raver looking where to go. He's trapped by Myers.
Yeah, and Myers is playing him very tight.
Sparks nearly steals it again. Raver wide open from 3. No good off the front of the rim. Sparks grabs the rebound. Up to Graham. Graham takes it up the court. Looks like as Bodwell gets ready to come in from one of the Spartans. Myers has a bounce pass to Williams.
That was
Williams
just
pumps fakes twice, lays it in.
That was beautiful. I mean, James, was aggressive, but, faked that guy out. It was just beautiful.
Out wide open. He doesn't shoot it.
And then on the defensive end right there, James played good defense.
Raver has it.
I tell you what, James Williams has the potential to be, something very, very special. Again, this is a deep bench, deep bench, but he is, again, he could be something very, very special.
Raver floats it. That's good. Phillips now has it off the Graham inbound. That's 5 points from Ravier. Not what we're used to seeing from Ravier, as he usually averages 13.7 in a game.
Yeah, again, that's a typical testament to the Spartans. I mean, you can come in average. The same with Sparks at Greensburg. He averaged 30 or 29, and we held him to way below his average.
Graham for 3. That's deep.
Yeah, that's
bounces.
Yeah, not a good shot there from Jonah. He's almost stole it.
Pearson hands it off to Powell. Powell lays it in. Rattles around. That's dropped and one.
They got them blocking against Toby.
Way to fight through contact there by Powell.
Yeah, James just, beautiful head fake there to get that kiss off the glass. You got to love it.
The pump fake twice was a nice way to kind of get the defenders jumping there. Now at the line looks to convert off his and one. He shoots and he scores. Bodwell is inbounding. Takes up the court. Takes on Sherwood. Back to Phillips, stolen by Pearson. Pearson lays it in. Takes up casually off the fast break.
Yeah, that's just pure laziness right now. Now, again, you give them an opportunity to start believing, and now the lead's down to 8 as Luke's going to be coming in.
Phillips bounce passes to Myers. Myers out to Williams. Josh Williams, that is. You got the twins here.
Yeah, that last, again, that last pass from Carter to that turnover, we got to, stay aggressive and intense, because right now Batesville, they're calling Carter on that. Yep.
A little confusion on the ground there as Bodwell gets the call against him.
Yeah, again, we have these moments. We were up big, and now they've cut it to 8. When another team starts showing some aggression, we're not handling it correctly. We got to be able to turn things. I thought he was going to call it for the Spartans.
Bulldogs ball.
Yeah, we got to get back to the way we were playing at the first part of this quarter, Nathan, and where we really took the sails out of Batesville's ship. And
Ravier inbounds to Powell. Ravier has it again. At the top of the key, right wing, 58 seconds ago. Pearson has it. Pearson back to Ravier. Powell has it.
They're going to call Braxton on that. I'm not sure I like that call at all. It looked like he got a shoulder into him, but they call him Braxton, all that. The faithful's not liking that call at all. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that. Batesville still has the ball.
Rabier looks to go somewhere with it, or looks to pass it off. Takes it to his right. Sherwood has it. 20 seconds to go now. Spartans are trapping them half court. Hands off to Rabier, nearly stolen.
They can cut this lead to 5 right here.
Powell has it now. Taken on by Sahlbarger. They hit a screen. He floats it. Good. Spartans look for a last-second basket. 2 seconds to go now. Bodwell has it. Bodwell shoots the three-pointer. That's no good off the front of the rim. 30-24, Spartans lead. We're going into the fourth quarter.
Hey, Connersville residents, get Metronet's 2-year price lock on 500 megabytes of internet for only $59.95 a month. Add whole home Wi-Fi to eliminate frustrating dead zones throughout your home for only $5 more per month. All this plus no data caps and friendly local customer service. Visit metronetinc.com and get Metronet today. It's simply a better connection.
Simply a better connection indeed, and simply a better connection these Spartans have this season.
Yeah, this is, Kerry said it, I've talked to him many times, January is the toughest part of the season. Now we're back in EIAC conference action after 2 games out of the conference. And, we played very good that first half of that second quarter, and now we kind of let them get back into this ball game. Eventually you're going to have to swat the fly away and keep it away. Otherwise, they're going to stick around and cause you lots of trouble. Batesville did not go away when they got down big, when we went on that big run. And now they cut the lead to 6. I think the biggest lead we had was 13 at one point. So now they've cut it down to 6. They've outplayed us that second half of that third quarter.
Yeah, they're climbing back from that deficit run.
Yeah. We just, without question, got to get back to our style of basketball. We do that, we win this game easy.
Billups has it. Try not to get a violation here. The ref's counting. Billups at the half court. Bounce passes. Martin, the Sparks wide open from 3. No good.
Nice tip.
Martin tips it back out.
That's not
Stolen
good.
by Pearson. Pearson to Vogel.
Yeah, not good at all. Batesville cut it to 4, and I don't think Toby touched it.
It's a close call there.
It didn't look like Toby touched it here. Yeah, I was going to say Toby didn't touch it.
Graham inbounds it off the.
Yeah, of course the Batesville fans are believing Toby touched it, but from here it looked like he did not touch it.
That's one of those calls that gets either side happy,
Oh yeah.
It's one-sided call,
Yeah. And when it goes against us, the refs miss the call, of course.
Billups now has that the right way.
That's crazy.
Graham on the ground.
Yeah.
You heard a huge thud there.
I don't know what happened here.
Little complication there between the ref and Graham.
Yeah, I didn't see. I thought I saw the foul with Toby or with Jonah getting knocked down. I didn't see Pearson's foul. That's his 3rd.
Sparks will inbound it now. As the Spartans run a set. Graham and Sherwood get into it. It's a little aggression from the both of them. Graham wide open. He doesn't shoot.
I'm surprised Batesville hasn't kept the press up. Now they're getting.
Graham has it again. Out to Billups.
Yeah, they're not giving any of our shooters any space at all.
Brown was inside. 4th foul, looks like.
Well, they call him Vogel on that.
His 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, that was, again, nice positioning there from Gage to get inside. But it was a foul before, and Toby's messing with looked like his elbow.
Sparks deep pass again.
Scary.
Sparks has it. Makes the dribble around Powell. Billups has it. Takes up against Pearson. Brown off to Martin. Martin drives inside, swings out to Sparks in the corner. Brown now has it.
Yeah, again, our bigs are way out under the glass, and Toby
Billups
shooting.
wide open from 3.
I was going to say, he better have made that because we didn't have anybody under the glass. And he didn't. I mean, he missed that terribly.
Vogel wide open from 3. No good.
Yeah, you know, I tell you what, we're letting Batesville stay in this ball game, even though we're still up 6. Wow.
Looks like Vogel just fell to the ground there. It looks like no.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been a call and call, I believe.
Number 40, Cole Martin.
Yeah, that's Cole's first. You know, got to be able to. Batesville's far from out of this ball game, and the way that they're playing, that's the
Push off there. Great way to draw the call.
It's Powell's third.
His third.
That's Toby. It's the second time he drew that, or I think maybe Jonah might. I know it was Toby the first time, I think.
Yeah, it was Toby the first time, and second time he goes again.
You know, Batesville, ever since they've pressured right here, and it disrupts us a little bit. We got to be able to handle their pressure. Still up 6, though. Like it.
Billups passes it. No one there.
Batesville number 11, Cole
This is an
Martin.
interesting fourth quarter as Carey's getting ready to call a timeout.
Full timeout, Connersville.
Timeout now. 5:25 to go. 30-24. Spartans lead.
Eye Center of Connersville provides vision care for every member of your family. This includes treatment for eye diseases and injuries, just one of its many services. Services that include glasses and contacts, frames for every budget, sunglasses, and a large selection of eyewear. Complete vision care for every member of your family, yours at Eye Center of Connersville. Scheduling an appointment for a complete eye exam is as easy as calling 825-6000. Eye Center of Connersville, located at 2045 Virginia Avenue.
You know, Ron, and some refs, not these refs today, these refs are doing an amazing job, but some refs in the world, they could use the Eye Center.
I think you may be correct on that. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, you don't want a game decided by the guys in stripes. And, you know, we have had opportunities to extend the cushion from 6 to more. But Batesville's also had the opportunity to cut the lead. Neither team wants to do anything, which is good for the Spartans because they're winning by 6. So, you know, if they make a turnover, we make a turnover, we're still winning by 6. But, you know, we're not playing solid basketball right now. We're playing sloppy basketball. This 6-point lead is not safe because of how sloppy we're playing. Thankfully for the Spartans, Batesville is playing equally as sloppy.
Yeah, so far the only shot they've taken is from Billups. Billups took that wide open 3 in the deep, and it was no good. And that was really, so far Batesville's played great defense, forcing turnovers as Graham looks to inbound.
Yeah, and that shot from Billups, you know, that's
stolen by Powell, stolen back by Billups. He
needs help. Spartan was wide open and Caleb didn't see him. That's a foul.
On the ground. Looks like it'll be a foul against Pearson.
Yeah, that's his 4th.
Foul number 20, Eli Pearson. His 4th. Team 5th. Rexon, team 6th.
Spartans need to score right here. There's no question about that.
Martin in the back court. Gives it back to Graham. Could very well be the closing lineup for the Spartans of Graham, Billups, Martin, and Brown, and Sparks.
Yeah, the starting 5 and right now, of course.
Martin sets the screen.
Nobody in foul trouble for the Spartans. I mean, Toby has 2. Other than that, everybody has 1. So as we're winding down here in the fourth quarter, that's something that's a positive. Yeah, they're going to call that on. That's Raver.
Ravier draws the call, has the call against him as well, sends Martin to the line. Martin looks to make one, I believe.
Yeah, that's their 7th foul. So now again, free throws right now, very, very important since we can't score any other way. We got to be able to get some cushions here at the line as Kerry's giving instructions to his guards.
Yeah, the Twin Terrors is what we called them earlier, and they're getting a pep talk from their coach.
Well, they are the engines for the Spartans. They are the engines that can, and the engines that will, and the engines that do.
I was wrong. Martin will actually have 2 free throws as he sinks the first. 31-24 now. Looks to shoot a second.
Well, if he would have missed it, they only got 1.
Sinks it.
But since he made it, got that second opportunity, now puts us up 8, gives some cushion, some extra cushion. At least a 3-possession game.
Warner trapped by Graham. Out to Sherwood. Sherwood back to Powell. Powell to Ravier. Ravier looking where to go with it.
Yeah,
Powell now has it.
they're not finding anything inside. No shots are available to them at all. Nice defense from the Spartans. That pass is not good.
It's a terrible pass. He tries to swing it to the cross it over to the other side of the court and just sends it outbound to his teammates on the bench.
Yeah.
Maybe he was looking for one of them to shoot.
I thought they were going to, shoot a 3 from out there. I know you could probably make it from out there in the bench stands.
Make it as an overstatement.
Yeah. We know Fran can. Fran can make. That guy was a legend. And that's going to be
foul on Sherwood.
Yeah, that's his 2nd foul. Spartans again at the line. This game can be iced at the line.
Very well. You have a 10-point lead. There's not much to come back from there with 3:55 to go.
Well, the way this game has gone in streaks, as you mentioned.
It's a game of runs. Sparks thinks his first. Looks to shoot a second. That's good. That's 7 points from Sparks off the 2 made free throws.
Yeah, 4 for 4 from the line so far this 4th quarter. Nice fake.
Vogel pump fakes, fades. That drops.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a nice fade there from Vogel.
That's 5 points there from Vogel. Martin inside. He passes it. It's out of bounds. Miscommunication.
Yeah, and he could have went strongly to the hoop on that and not dished it off to Gage. I mean, he had an angle, at least from our angle, it looked like he had an angle, but maybe obviously he saw something we didn't. But sometimes I like to see Cole be a lot more aggressive inside like that. Go for it, maybe draw the foul.
Warner hands it off to Powell. Powell to Vogel. Ravier from 3.
That's way off. I didn't think that was going to hit any of the backboard, but it did.
Yeah, I was getting ready there to call the air ball. Brown's trapped by Ravier. Vogel takes on Martin. 40 on 40.
Yeah, it looks like the Spartans, playing a little bit of keep away, eating some clock. As I say, though, I thought he was going to drive to the hoop.
Graham now has it. They're looking to run the clock down, shoot the clock, actually.
Force them to foul, get us at the line. Still plenty of time in this ball game. Connorsville up 8. And we have plenty of, we only have 4 fouls, so if we foul, they're not going to the line for a while.
Phillips is
nice
double team.
Dribbling from Phillips.
Way to move around. It'll be Spartans ball.
Yeah, that was nice dribbling from Kobe. He's not happy with something.
Yeah, the altercation there between Brown and Phillips. Phillips yells, "What are you doing to Brown?" is what I overheard.
I love the intensity of all these.
Inside, lays it in, gets his own rebound. Kisses off the glass, that drops from Martin. That's Martin's 8th point of the game. Martin leads all scorers so far. Martin averages 7.4 points per game.
It's events like this game that make our communities such a great place in which to live, work, and play. All of us at FCN Bank applaud the CHS Spartans for their hard work and dedication. Thank you for reminding us once again why we all choose to call this place home. FCN, building stronger communities, one great local event at a time. Go CHS Spartans. Good luck. FCN Bank, member FDIC.
Martin's been able to create separation for this team twice. Earlier hit those 2 free throws, hits a layup inside, pump fakes once, and drops.
Yeah, that was especially when he got his rebound off that miss. That's, again, I love the intensity of Cole Martin. I love the intensity of Gage Brown tonight. They, our bigs have played very, very well.
Very well indeed. As Werner looks to inbound it, looks like Ravier will get the ball. Ravier has it now at the back court. It's taken on by Brown.
Lead back up to 10 for the Spartans. The defense for the Spartans, we've talked about this all season long. Nice
steal by Sparks. A nice pass to get it through contact.
Yeah, I was going to say that, the defense for the Spartans forces an offense to eat clock that they don't want to eat.
Now less than 2 minutes to go. Looks like there'll be a call on the play.
Gage is going to the line.
This could be the separation here. This could be what the Spartans need to take this game away.
Nice sportsmanship from Raver there as he fouled Gage. He gave him 5 and then went and complained to the guy in stripes over. I don't know what he's complaining about because that was a clear foul, but nice sportsmanship.
No good on his first.
Brown got the rebound. No, they called the foul on Gage. He's not happy at all.
He looks disappointed. Yeah. Sparks dabs him up.
You see Gage go, me? Is that on me?
Ravier will inbound to Powell. Powell now has it. Powell up the court. He'll be taken on by Billups. Ravier from 3, contested. He's fouled.
They'll call him. Wow.
3 points at the line. What I don't get about that call there is he released the ball clearly and he fell right after he released it. So that's where there's controversy on that.
Oh, yeah. It's like, okay, did the foul cause the miss? But he's got 3 free throws coming up.
Ravier misses his first. Nearly jinxed myself there. I thought bounced around and went in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was getting ready to say it almost went in. I would have jinxed. It would have went in if I caught it.
Ravier doesn't sink his second. 0 for 2 this chance at the line. Sherwood and Bobwell comes in for Werner and Brown. Looks like a small ball lineup here from the Spartans as they take out Brown.
Yeah, Connersville definitely going smaller.
Ravier looks to make his third. So far he's 0 for 2 on the stripe. Makes it. 1 for 3 in that chance. Baldwell has off the inbound. Baldwell back to Billups. Sparks is wide open for a pass. Well, was wide open for a pass. Baldwell out in the corner. Bounce pass to Sparks. Sparks back to Baldwell.
Somebody zigged when they should have zagged. That's going to be Connersville ball. Luckily, that Connersville got the ball.
Pearson had a chance there to steal it. He looks to steal it and just went out of bounds with it. Martin now has it off the inbound from Graham. Billups now has it.
A 9-point lead for the Spartans again. 1:21 to go. Playing keep away. He walked.
Traveled from Graham.
Yeah, Jonah's like in shock that he got caught for walking, but he did.
Myers will come in for a defensive anchor for Bodwell. 1:19 to go now.
I like Carter Bodwell. I mean, he's 5'6", battled some leg injuries last couple of seasons, didn't get to come in until, 4 or 5 games into the season from his ankle injury, and he was itching to go. Every time I'd see him, he would count down how many practices he had to go until he could play, and finally got to play and, loved watching him play.
Graham takes up the court, out to Sparks. There's a call on the play.
Out of 11 Warner.
Second foul against
Team's 10th.
Warner, I believe.
Graham shooting double bonus.
This game is going to lower our offensive average, but it's also going to lower our second best in the state defensive average.
Graham makes his first, looks to make the second. Got the Spartans trapping down the court. Graham shoots the second. That falls. Less than a minute to go now. Powell takes up the court. Powell drives inside against. He's fouled.
Yeah, I forget who. I can't see who he's going to call that on.
Looks like it was
Martin.
Martin, yeah.
Foul number 40, Cole Martin. His second.
Connorsville up 11.
Team 7.
49.3 seconds to go. You got to feel good if you're the Spartans.
Powell misses it.
That's not helping Batesville.
Yeah, their free throw shooting has been horrendous this game as Bulldog comes back in for Myers.
Yeah, they've missed the last 3 out of 4 free throws.
They missed the second.
Yeah,
Rebound by
4 out of 5.
Phillips. Phillips snags it up. So they can take it up court. Spin move. Hands off to Graham. Graham out to Sparks. Baldwin inside. Baldwin looks take it inside.
He's
Swat.
going to the line.
Oh, never mind. Fouled. It looked like it was a swat.
Yeah, he got his body, though.
It's Vogel's second foul.
Yeah, they only have him for 2. I thought I had him for 3. That must be Cole's, too. We'll find out. I had him for 3.
Fourth foul from Vogel,
fourth.
actually.
I had him down for 3. Carter's going to the line for a free 2.
Shoots his first. That's good.
Carter's a great free throw shooter.
You see the beautiful release there and beautiful touch.
Very nice. You know, when Jonas stands next to Carter, he feels like a giant.
Caldwell looks to shoot his second. As Myers is ready to come in, you see him bouncing up and down. He shoots his second. That's good. Caldwell comes out. Saulbarger comes in. They created a gap. 13-point lead, Spartans. 36 seconds to go now as Powell takes up the court. Hands out to Ravier. Ravier has it. He shoots a 3. Fade away. No good. He drops to the ground looking for the foul.
I thought, without question. Yeah,
Phillips has it. Looks to run out the clock.
Yeah, pretty much in the history books right here. No reason to foul with, down 13 as Braxton just going to play keep away. Spartans, good victory for the Connorsville Spartans.
Martin nearly loses it. Myers wide open on 3. He says, I'm not going to take that. I'm just going to let this clock run out. 1 second to go now. And Spartans take the game 40-27. What a beautiful game for the Spartans. 40-27 win. The Spartans take a conference win. They are now 4-0 in the IAC. As the Spartans ring the bell, cheerleaders get pumped up. They cheer on our Spartans. And Batesville heads home with a loss. And the Spartans walk home or drive home with a win.
Yeah, walk home, drive home, whatever. It was a great victory for the Connorsville Spartans. Now in its 4th year, assisting buyers and sellers of residential, farm, and commercial properties in all of East Central Indiana, American Heritage Realty. American Heritage Realty's staff of knowledgeable and experienced real estate brokers is ready to provide you with expert advice when you are buying or selling real estate. American Heritage Realty is located at 603 West 30th Street in Connorsville. The phone number is 765-825-1103. That is 765-825-1103. Everyone at American Heritage Realty says, good luck, Spartans. Also, service the old-fashioned way, the dependable service you need for your car or truck is always available at Golf's Auto Care in Connorsville and Brookville. Experienced mechanics are ready to correct the problem using the best replacement products that will have your vehicle running like new again. Shane Golf is waiting to serve you at 600 West 30th West at Western Avenue in Connorsville. Phone 765-825-2588. And Charlie Golf in Brookville at 9197 State Road 101. 765-647-2222 is the phone number. Golf's Auto Care.
Game of runs this whole game. We saw an 8-0 run in the first quarter from the Bulldogs. The Spartans going a 7-0 run in the second quarter and going a run to end the game in the fourth. And what a beautiful closeout from the Spartans. Well, beautiful could be used in different ways.
Well, yeah, it was a nice victory for the Connorsville Spartans. They played kind of sloppy a little bit, kind of a carbon copy of the Noblesville game. But, victory is a victory. And as you talked to Kerry before the game, what can you learn from that Shelbyville game? What can we learn from those to build upon? Because we have bigger fish to fry in this conference, and we're the Kings, we're the Hunted. We have to find a way to play a consistent 4 quarters.
Yeah, the fourth quarter was not consistent indeed, is what I thought. And we saw they went scoreless there for the first couple of minutes. And really what fueled the win was the charity stripe. What they made at the free throw line is what fueled that win.
Yeah, our free throws are getting very, very good the last couple of games. We got the scoring, and you'll see the difference is that Batesville had 5 guys scoring. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys scored. So, and again, a lot of our bench players come in and contribute as well. For Batesville, they were led by R.J. Powell's 8 points. Cole Warner chipped in 3. Eli Pearson 4. Thomas Raber 6. And Sam Vogel 5. For the Spartans, nobody in double figures. Which is consistent with the Spartans. But Jonah Graham led with 8. Carter Bodwell 2. Toby Billups 4. Caleb Sparks 7. Braxton Myers 6. Cole Martin 7. James Williams 2. And Gage Brown 3. Again, 8, 7, 6. It's good scoring for the Spartans. A lot of things we can take away from this ball game. A lot of positives. It's off to the next team to slay in the EIAC.
Yeah, the Spartans now 4-0 in the conference as they take a win against the Bulldogs. Ron, what type of outlook do you think this has on the Spartans?
Well, again, it's a conference victory, and that's what you want. The first goal for the Connersville Spartans is to win the conference. That's what they're doing right now. They've given themselves some cushion. We got Lawrenceburg coming up in East Central. East Central lost to South Dearborn a couple of days ago. Lawrenceburg has a couple of D1 players. Even though they're 7-6, they're still a conference foe. We cannot take them lightly at all.
The Spartans are now in double digit in the win column. We should throw a party for that, Ron.
Oh, absolutely. We have our seasons gone in streaks. We've lost. We lost our first game 1, 2, or 3, lost, and then 1, 4, lost. So, we need to really get hot at this time as the sectionals is coming up in less than a month or about a month.
Yeah, one of the key things is they've never lost a back-to-back, which is what fuels an amazing team. You watch a lot of professional teams.
Right.
The ones that don't lose the back-to-backs are always the one that make it far in the playoffs or in the postseason.
Absolutely. And we definitely, without question, need to keep playing and find a way to play consistent 4 quarters. We'll be unstoppable if we do that.
Yeah, beautiful game from the Spartans. Great win. Graham, Martin, all great scores for the team. Graham had 8 points. Martin had 7 points, as well with Sparks having 7. So a 3-headed monster there so far, the Spartans. No one scoring over 10, which is kind of what builds a solid and deep team, is what we've talked about.
Absolutely. They are a team, and they're a fun team to watch. This Spartan Sports Game on TV3 has been brought to you by Union Savings and Loan, our pregame sponsor, Reed Health, Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance, Edward Jones, Foles Flooring, George's Pharmacy, Urban Winkler Funeral Home. Also been brought to you by
Don's Auto Sale and Tires, Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, Metronet, iCenter of Carnesville, FC and Bank, American Heritage Realty, and Goss Auto Care and Tire Center.
For the guys in the truck, you did a great job, Nathan. You came up with a 3-point splash. I love it.
The splash slogan is what we'll call it.
Yeah, and then I splashed it with my water earlier during the game, so you keep it real.
Literally splashed and splash.
Great job tonight, my friend. I look forward to seeing you on ESPN and Fox when you get older.
Hopefully that's the goal.
That is the goal. You'll have your own network. For everyone, thank you very much for joining us. We'll catch you at the next Spartan game. Good night, everybody.